Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning back into Motorspins. I'm your host, Kendra Okereke, and we are taking a trip back to the 70s of this episode. I'm here at the Valley Relics Museum with the founder, Tommy. How you doing, Tommy?
I'm doing good, how are you?
I'm good, it's good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
I know that there's a lot of history to this car, and I'm really excited. Also, I'm matching it. Where is this car from, and what is the history of it?
Well, this is the actual VW bus that was in the 1982 film Fast Times at Richmond High. Of course, with Sean Penn as Spicoli. This is probably one of the most iconic VW buses around. Skinner Classics, Robert Skinner decided to put this on a long-term loan at the Valley Relics Museum for the community to enjoy. He acquired the bus, I believe, in 2015. Rumor had it that the bus was going up for sale, and once the bus became available, there was all kinds of people bidding high numbers to get the bus.
Yeah, it's an iconic vehicle.
It really is, and this is the original bus. What Robert did was, since there was high amounts of money being offered, he used his charm and his wit to convince the seller that it needs to stay in California and that the bus belongs here, and he didn't want to restore it, he wanted to preserve it, which there is a big difference with restoring stuff. Sometimes you strip down its original history, and in this case, he brought it back to life just as it was in the movie.
So all of this is authentic?
All of this is authentic. I mean, there's some things that were probably replaced because it was sitting for a while. For the most part, he kept everything original as much as possible. I'm sure that, you know, maybe the curtains and the disco ball, things like that, were replaced with something similar.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm very curious, what year is this car? What all has it been through? Does it still run?
Yes, this is a 66 VW bus, and it does run. Skinner Classics does a great job on restoring Volkswagen buses. When he acquired this, it was such an amazing project, and for him to own, like I said, one of the most iconic buses, and come on, I mean, who doesn't love Fast Times at Richmond High?
And who doesn't love Sean Penn in that movie? Oh my gosh, she's so
100%.
adorable.
We do drive it around, we move it in and out, we like to start it up, we like doing that with all of our cars. I don't know if you see in the back, but there's a pair of Vans tennis shoes.
Can you show me?
Like that. Yes, sure. Well, it's locked.
Why don't you tell me first some of the features inside the van? What has been replaced? What's new? Like what's authentic? What has Sean Penn touched?
The van itself is all original, like the paneling, the body, the steering wheel, the dashboards, all the knobs. Everything that you would expect to be original is original. The door handles, things of that nature. I would say that the fur on the bench seat and the fur on the floor, along with the beanbag, disco ball and curtains, is probably something that was replaced. I grew up in the 70s cruising Van Nuys Boulevard, and a lot of custom vans that strolled through there with the sun beating down on the curtains, they would get discolored, weather and things of that nature. And since the movie was filmed in 1982, my guess would be that that's probably the only thing that was replaced, would be more of the material stuff.
I'm curious, is this legal to drive on the street? Because I noticed there are no seatbelts.
You know what? Here's what's interesting is that it is legal to drive on the street. Whether it has tags or not, they do drive it around. Let's say if it goes to a fair or in a parade or something of that nature. It drives really, really good. If a car did not come with seat belts when it was manufactured, you don't have to have seat belts.
Oh,
now, some people choose to put seat belts in after the fact. If he put seat belts in after the fact, you would actually have to wear them if the car has them. It is legal, and stepping back here, it has 1982 tags on it. So it's probably for more display than anything, but it does drive great because we have to pull it in and out when we do events here. So I guess it's not street legal, unless there's something they're not telling me.
This car itself just is a museum in a museum. I love how everything is just on display. It looks so authentic.
Well, right, with the original Vans.
Oh my goodness, that's so cool.
With the Nash skateboard. You know, what's interesting about the movie, there wasn't a lot of wardrobe. Sean Penn lived in Malibu, and Sean Penn wore Vans, and Sean Penn was that kid. So they didn't really require a lot of extra clothing. They just said, just come as you are.
Yeah. Do you know how much a car like this went for when it was created? And then like now obviously that it's a famous icon, like how much does it go for now?
So in 2015, because of its history, Bids were going from $70,000 to $90,000 for this bus.
Wow.
I don't know what Robert Skinner paid for it, and he probably would say, don't tell anyone, but I'm sure it's somewhere close to that, or somewhere in that price range.
Can I just feel this?
Yeah.
I just want to touch
Isn't that
Sean
great?
Penn's pants. Oh my gosh. And you can tell, like, you know, it's older because it's a bit worn on the inside, but it's just, I feel like that just gives it more life.
Well,
Makes it
you
more
know,
authentic.
that's how it was in the movie.
Yeah.
And the more authentic it is, the better.
So I want to sit inside because I just want to get this authentic feel for like being in the movie. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna take the beanbag if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
So tell me about more of the features of the interior here. Like, obviously it's a bit smaller than I think I would have expected.
Pretty simple. Curtains are important.
Curtains are very important for privacy.
This was the party bus. This was all about Southern California pop culture and how we live. And you have privacy, you have a disco ball so you can get down and get groovy.
Yeah.
A big thing back in the 70s, even late 60s, was the shag carpeting. It was just a groovy experience. And you know, the 70s was just an extension of the 60s. In Southern California and probably all over the United States, maybe even Europe, is how many kids could use stuff into a Volkswagen, as they did with phone booths.
Yeah.
So, you know, there could have been anywhere from 6 people all in to maybe 20.
Wow.
And that's how they rolled, you know. And
Can you imagine 20 people in here?
Well, yeah, you could probably put 3 or 4 in the back.
Yeah.
You know, 3 here, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I think 15 comfortably.
I definitely want to sit in the front. Can we do that?
We can sit in the front,
Yes.
absolutely. And you know what? We might even be able to take them for a little spin.
Oh, I'd love that. All right, let's go.
Right.
Oh my gosh, Tommy, this feels so cool. I love sitting in the driver's seat.
Yeah, it's really an experience to drive and, you know, sitting in a piece of history and grabbing onto the steering wheel and knowing that this once cruised the highways of Southern California.
know.
Was in a movie from the old gas tank gauge here.
So small. Even the classic speedometer too.
Yeah, simpler times, not digital, from this authentic steering wheel and horn.
It's so big, like it's like you have to literally go.
Right, and you know, pretty conveniently the ashtray right up at the top there. This is something that, you know, is not an automatic. So you have your clutch, your gas,
Here.
and your
This is gas, this is brake. And this bad boy here is this.
That's your stick shift.
That's your stick shift. Oh my goodness, this is old school stick shift. So Tommy, something that is so incredible about this car is just like how efficient and stripped down it is. Like it doesn't have all of the flashy like components to it, but this was like the model car at the time, right?
Yes, yeah, it was very, very simple, very user friendly.
Tommy, can we please take this out for a little spin outside?
I think so. I think we should take it for a spin.
Yes. All right, Tommy, you ready?
I'm ready. Here it goes.
Let's go.
Started right up. Amazing.
This is
Now it's been a minute since I've driven this car, so let's go ahead and push in the clutch.
Get
Brake.
a little action down there.
Yep. I believe this is first gear. All right. Here we go.
Here we go. You can really like feel everything. Like it feels like a ride.
Yeah.
Because it's so bumpy and you're so high up too.
And so comfortable at the same time.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
prefer the bench seating. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah, me too. Great for dates.
Yeah, exactly. You can sit close to each other. Now, when you steer it, do you feel like you have to like move the whole wheel in order for it to shift?
It takes a minute to get used to it, but at the same time, you know, I'm leaving it in second gear here. Makes it a little easier. I mean, it drives great. Everything works as it should.
How fast does this go?
You know, mine easily like 60, 65, 70, but I think they work a lot better when you're doing between 55 and 60.
Yeah, so not for like maybe
Yeah,
driving on the coast or something.
Yeah,
but
no high-speed wobbles.
yeah, when you want like a leisurely stroll, this would be the perfect car for it.
Yes.
Okay, I love how bumpy it is because it really does feel like a roller coaster. That
It does.
It makes me feel more comfortable and also maybe like a little sleepy too.
Yes.
I feel like I'm being rocked to sleep in this car.
Yeah. Yeah, what a fun car.
Yeah.
You know, and being able to drive a piece of history.
So how often do you have to shift the stick shift?
You know, with the manual, you know, you use the lower gears to start off with. So you would go first gear here to start. And as you go a little bit faster, you would go into second gear. So what do you think?
I love it. I think it's so fun. And honestly, I do feel like I've been thrown back into the 70s. I wish I could just like drive this around town with my cats in the back seat there.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I'm really enjoying this though, and just the fact that it does come from like one of the most iconic movies of that time is so cool.
Yeah.
And the history of this car is incredible.
And it's an honor for us to have it as well.
I never thought in my life I would be sitting in this car, so this is so
You
cool.
know, me neither. Me neither. You know, I just show up and stuff happens.
All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that tour from the past. I want to say thank you so much, Tommy, for everything. And thank you so much to Valley Relics Museum. Thank you for watching this episode of Motor Spins. I'm your host, Kendra Okereke. Make sure to like this video, leave a comment down below, and we will see you guys next time.